Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Collector of Stuff. Today I want to do something I haven't done yet, and that is the first episode of my DVD collection. I'm hoping to do an in-depth series of videos about my DVD collection. I have quite an extensive one, and got them kind of divided up into different genres. And what you're looking at today is my animated and cartoon set. And since I've done several videos recently on comic books, to me, comic books and cartoon DVDs go hand in hand. And so I wanted to show you what I have. This is by no means all that I want. I have a pretty good sized wish list of cartoons and animated shows that I would really like to acquire and put into the collection that I don't have yet. But this is what I have so far, and this is about a 2 or 3 year collection. The problem is, as with so many other things, I collect so much stuff, and just even in the DVD and movie realm, TV shows, films, comedies, horrors, sci-fi, dramas, and cartoons here as well. So yeah, it's just so many hours in a day and so many dollars I can spend at one time. But hopefully you'll see this collection grow. So already a minute and a half into it. Let's get to it and show you what I have in my cartoon and animated collection. First off is a collection of 50 cartoon classics. Yeah, everybody's got to have that. I liked this one, kept on to it because it has some of the old original 1940s Superman cartoons on there, and I like that. And a little Mighty Mouse and Casper Never Hurt Anybody as well. You even get Popeye. So yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it gives you the list. Like I said, 50 cartoons. See if I can get that up there, and you can pause that and read that if you want to. Yep. So next up is Batman the Animated Series Volume 1. Now this is one of those that I would like to continue to expand. I'd like to get all 4 volumes, but right now all I own is Volume 1. But I do have quite a few other cool Batman animated movies. We have Batman Gotham Knight. We have Batman and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero. We have Batman Mask of the Phantasm, one of the better Batman movies, along with Batman Under the Red Hood. Yeah, those two are probably the best of those. Now, I do have Volume 1 of The Batman, and I actually really like this. A lot of people, when they compare it to Batman the Animated Series, seem to be kind of critical of it. Here is Volume 2, second season, and Volume 3. But I like it. I think it's a little bit darker than the animated series. Here is Batman versus Dracula, or The Batman, follows along that same line. Good Halloween flick. Here's a couple of bootlegs that I picked up. I'm a huge Beatles fan, and this is the 1960s Beatles complete series in 2 volumes. The transfer is pretty bad, pretty weak, although I don't know that there is an available really good transfer, but I had to have the Beatles in my collection there. I have season 1 of Beavis and Butthead. I have Volume 1 or Season 1 of Cops. Yeah, Volume 1 of Cops. I have the complete series of the Drac Pack. The complete series, Dungeons and Dragons. Now here's one that I want the rest of. This is season 1 of Gargoyles. Fantastic animated series. If you aren't familiar with it, you really need to be. Yeah, Gargoyles, and I only have season 1. For a long time they had only released the first half of season 2, and now they've released the second half of season 2. Why they don't do just a season 2 collection, I'm not sure, but I really want that in my collection, season 2, because I love season 1. The Real Ghostbusters in a steelbook, yeah, kind of thing. You can see that there. Very nice. Got that for $5, brand new. Yeah. Here we have 8 episodes of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. Here we have Godzilla the series. This is 3 episodes. Here is one of my favorite animated movies, First Flight, Green Lantern. Yeah, fantastic movie. I really like that a lot. Here is sort of a best of the Groovy Ghoulies. Yeah, kind of like the Drac Pack as well. Here is also Volume 1, 20 episodes of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Would like to have more of He-Man. This is all that I've purchased so far, though. And here is the complete series of the rebooted, updated, newer version of He-Man. That's the complete series there. Here are the 2 Hulk versus movies, Hulk versus Wolverine and Hulk versus Thor. I can't get it out. With a nice lenticular cover there. Yeah. Here is the Invincible Iron Man animated movie. I've yet to watch that. I just picked that up recently at a used bookstore. I haven't watched that yet, so I need to get to that. Here is season 1 of Jace and the Wheeled Warriors, volume 1. Yeah, 32 episodes. Don't think I like it enough that I would be interested in volume 2. I might, just for completion's sake, pick that up. In a snapper case, here is Justice League, The Brave and the Bold. 4 episodes from the TV series. Here is another fantastic movie, animated movie, Justice League New Frontier. Man, I like this movie a lot. Very nice. Very nice. Next we have some King Kong. This is volume 1 of King Kong the animated series, and I'm trying to remember what year this was. Well, I can't see it. I don't have my glasses on. You know how that goes when you get old. Picked that up at a used bookstore, and then I have, again, in this nice steel edition, Kong 5-disc collector's box set. Includes Kong the Animated Series in 2 volumes, and the movie Kong Return to the Jungle. So yeah, that's it's pretty cool. Drags in some places, not as exciting as I'd hoped it would be. A huge Lone Ranger fan. So here is the Adventures of the Lone Ranger, which are excerpted from the old Lone Ranger and Zorro show. Here is the Planet of the Apes animated series from the early 70s. This is pretty cool too. Very dark for a Saturday morning cartoon series. Yeah, not your typical child's fare on that. So I would say look that up if you're into animated cartoons from the 70s. Just picked this up recently. Scooby-Doo, and versus or Scooby-Doo and WrestleMania mystery, an original movie. I'm a WWE fan, so I wanted to pick that up, and who doesn't like Scooby, right? Yeah, the likenesses of most of the wrestlers, WWE characters, are pretty good. The John Cena is pretty good. The Kane is good. The AJ Lee doesn't look anything like her, which is kind of bizarre. Speaking of Scooby-Doo, here are the Scooby-Doo new movies. This is the series from the 70s where each episode featured a celebrity. The Harlem Globetrotters, Batman and Robin, Don Knotts, Don Adams, Sonny and Cher, etc., etc., right? If you grew up on Saturday morning TV like I did, then you'll remember Schoolhouse Rock. This is a collection of the every song, every video that was ever part of Schoolhouse Rock. Love it, love it, love it. And another 10 steelbook kind of thing. This is the HBO series of Spawn, which is pretty good too if you like Spawn. I love Todd McFarlane's episode intros on here. Now it's time for Spawn. Turn out the lights. Very cool indeed. Highly underrated series right here. Another HBO series. Spider-Man, the new animated series. Very, very cool. Very good. This is the one that was done with a lot of CGI stuff. I'm not going to pull all these out, but I have the small episodes of the Spectacular Spider-Man volumes 1 through 5, and each one has three episodes. So I've got 15 episodes of Spectacular Spider-Man. Again, fantastic. I'm not going to compare it to the HBO Spider-Man animated series because they're both good in their own right. Here's an old Super Friends episode, Attack of the Legion of Doom. Superman Doomsday. Yep. Gotta have a little Superman and some Superman Batman. Public Enemies, based on comic book form. Superman and Shazam. Yeah, the return of Black Adam. Just thought this would be interesting to see Captain Marvel in animated form. Alright, now we get to some cool Superman stuff. Again, here is the Superman collection, more of the 1940s Superman stuff. Here is the Ruby Spears version, collection of Superman, the complete series. Here is the 1960s version, the New Adventures of Superman. Now, if you were a kid like me, you grew up watching the 1960s versions of Superman and Batman, and they just released Batman. I haven't got that yet. That is on my to get list. I have volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Superman, the animated series. I'm not going to pull all those out. You can see those there. 1, 2, 3. Don't like it as well as I do the Batman, the animated series. However, I think I paid about $7 or $8 a piece for each one of those volumes. I got them very, very dirt cheap, brand new, factory sealed. Paid like $7 or $8 a piece. So I got all 3 volumes for, I think, less than $25. Couldn't pass that up, right? Got to have that in there. What we have next is the best of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. This is just the cartoons. It does not have the live action introductions and things in between the episodes that this one does, the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Yeah, this has all of the all the live action Captain Lou Albano. Yeah, so that gives you the actual real show as well. Another one of my favorites, season 1 of The Tick. Yeah, my oldest son and I, when he was young, grew up watching this every Saturday morning, along with the X-Men, which I have yet to get, and that's at the top of my animated cartoon list. I'd like to get the X-Men. I'd also like to get Jim and the Holograms. I'd like to get that one, and then there's a whole bunch of 70s cartoons as well that I'd like to pick up just for time's sake. I'm not going to go through and pull out every single one of these, but I do have the 80s version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Volume 1, Volume 2, 3, 4, 5. So the first 5 volumes of that. Then I have the recent movie Turtles Forever, which isn't as bad as some people have made it out to be. It's not the best thing in the world. I actually had to watch it twice to get into it, but I liked it better the second time than I did the first time. So it's a little bit hard to keep up with in some places. And here is the animated movie of Wonder Woman, which I watched it once, and now I cannot remember for the life of me what happened, so I need to watch that again. And then I stuck over here on the end, because it normally doesn't stay here. I keep it in another place of some sci-fi boxed sets, but this is from the 70s Star Trek the Animated Series, which comes in a nice little container. I'm not going to bother to open that up right now, but yeah, this again from the early 70s Star Trek the Animated Series picks up right where the TV show left off and uses the voices of the original cast. So William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and yeah, all the original cast returned to do their voices. So that's pretty cool. All right, well, that's enough rambling from me today, and this is a look at my animated